G'day and welcome to the official SuperCoach podcast. This is Breaking Even with Al Payton. We are forging on without Al Payton yet again this week. My name is Patch. I'm joined by a very special guest this week. We've got Josh Kral, who is the coach of the Neale Deal. He is ranked 9th overall and has been kind enough to come in and join us today on the podcast. Josh, welcome.
No, thanks for having me. I saw the Lair had number one on Monday, so glad to. Sorry, I guess that you are only settled for 9th, but no, thanks for having me.
But I mean, you're here in person, so
True.
we've got that up over the Lair.
Yep.
No choppy audio here. But no, it's great to have you. It's great to have everyone watching and listening. If you're listening on audio or on the Code Sports YouTube page. Before we get into a proper chat about how you're going and everything, SuperCoach Finals is on the way. So we've got 2 weeks of Classic to go for AFL and NRL, then SuperCoach Finals jumps in. And then we've got EPL, we've got NFL, we've got SuperCoach coming out of the wazoo at this stage. Have you jumped into EPL or
I've had
NFL?
A quick look, at both of them actually. Try to keep my eye on them. We've got a few leagues that are starting to build with some mates. So it starts this week, I believe.
Yeah, it
so
starts this week
Need to
for
get
EPL.
on top of that as soon as possible and finalise the team. I've put a little structure together, but need to confirm something before Saturday and the weekend.
Yep, Tim Mitchell put together a very handy 5-minute guide, which is up on the Code Sports page. I use that to build my team. It will finish second last at this stage, but it looks like good fun. So get stuck into that. We've also got maybe more on the way, but we will see. Before we get too stuck into it, we've got the HBF Injury Report. Every SuperCoach knows that managing injuries is the key to success. This is the Injury Report, proudly brought to you by HBF, your health dream team. Not a great one this week. Zach Merrett is out with a broken hand. Brodie Grundy is out with concussion. We'll speak more about both of them in a minute. Adam Chera is also out for the season. And Rory Laird is suspended for those with him in your draft leagues. But on the plus side, Haydn Young is a test for people that bought him in. Sam Walsh might return if you're looking for a waiver wire pickup in your draft league. And Sam Flanders for the one person, Dossie from the Lair, who has him in Classic, so there might be some relief there. That's a wrap on this week's Injury Report. Thanks to HBF. Make the smart move. Join HBF, your health dream team. Now, Josh, I've spoken a lot. I want to speak about about your teams. You're coming 9th overall. How are you feeling?
Yeah, I feel okay. Probably didn't have the weekend that I would have liked. Purely more so the fallout, mentioning the injury report there. A couple of players that I have are on that, which is a bit of a concern, and not a whole lot in terms of cover, and trades are pretty bare at this stage.
When you say pretty bare, how bare?
Yeah, totally bare.
Totally bare. There's nothing in the cupboard.
Nothing there. 0 trades. Used the last trade last week for Lachie Neale.
Yep.
So it has piled up. I felt like I was in an okay position and held some trades, but yeah, it has hurt the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
And
life comes at you fast in the last 4 or 5 weeks of SuperCoach, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. I felt like I dodged a couple of bullets with Rosie, Butters. When Butters had a poor game and Rosie was laid out. I haven't had them all year, and was able to make do. But the last couple of weeks hasn't been great for me. So yeah, completely bare.
Yeah. What do you see? You're finishing 9th, you're currently 9th, which is incredible. Are you still trying to charge for number one? What's your how are you feeling approaching the last 2 weeks of the year?
I think I'm 500 points off. So I've pretty much written that off in terms of number one. It's more so, I think a couple of weeks ago I was looking at those in front of me, going, is there a possibility? Who are my different sort of players? But at the moment, I think it's clinging on to the top 10 is the goal, and more so looking at those 1 or 2 spots ahead and more so behind. I think the person one above me is number one in the Lair League, so that's probably a mini goal to try and win that.
The most prestigious league in the country.
I think that's when I looked at rankings, it's more so going to that comp rather than the overall rankings.
Is that because the number's smaller and it feels a bit better?
It does feel a bit better, 2 rather than 9. But yeah, I think top 10 overall would be ideal. But yeah, pretty great. So,
and of course, you've got some leagues you're trying to win as well.
I do, yeah. So trying to balance, I've been probably a couple of months ago when I was ranked pretty well, also trying to balance saving trades for cash leagues.
Yep.
Just because I knew a few mates were holding on to trades for this time of the year, and it probably has bit me a little bit where I've been trying to save trades, but more so pushing for rankings. And a couple of people have some trades up their sleeve, and I'm don't have any. So I might be in a little bit of trouble in the cash leagues this week.
Yeah.
Someone I'm playing actually does have Rory Laird as well, so I was
quite
happy with the suspension verdict, just so that he wasn't playing. But yeah, I think we'll see how we go this week.
Yeah, a league with Dan Batten as well.
Yes.
You were saying so. Rudely didn't come on to trash talk this week, but any words for Dan?
No, he we've kept it pretty quiet. Friends of friends with Dan. So I don't think we've ever actually met, but we have in the cash league and from Vermont Way. So I know that he's always been top or around the top of that league. And so I wasn't actually sure that he was aware of my ranking, but it was good when he reached out.
Yeah, no, he'd been talking about it. He'd been flexing on it all year of like, I'm in a league with someone in the top 15, top 10, top 20. So he's been riding your coattails all year and giving you very little credit for it. So nice to have you here and him not, I think. So talk to me about your season. How did you go about starting your team? Who was somebody you're really happy to pick? Someone you're happy to dodge? Did you do your team Wednesday the night before the season started?
No, I heard Jordan on Monday, number one, talk to that story, and I went to
school with him.
We're both Whitefriars boys, I believe. So something's going well there with the Whitefriars theme. So I'll be cheering him on. Hope he stays number one. I think it was super lucky with who I started, like Wanganeen Miller, Brayshaw, Dawson. Were really good ones. And then from the rookie side, I had Pal Pepper and kept the faith there.
You smart man. I wish I'd done that.
Murphy Reid were a couple that I didn't have to use trades to bring in. And then we started with them, and that was a bit of luck that I was pretty happy with. I didn't. I'm Bombers fan myself, but didn't start Kako. I just which was probably one that I. Probably purely from being a pessimistic Essendon supporter more so than anything.
So you missed his round 18 spike game.
I did.
Devastating.
Waiting for it.
We were all season we're waiting for it.
Yeah. But I was just set up okay, and then kind of tried to use that to stay ahead as much as possible, but would be kidding myself if it wasn't just a lot of luck to begin with, and just trying to be aggressive to start with to make sure that I could get the leg up.
Yeah. So were you trading, all week, every week in the opening? How hard did you go trade wise?
The first 2 or 3 rounds, I think I only traded out Matt Flynn to begin with, was my only correction trade. But then once, what I realized or tried to do was, if someone was ready to cut, even if they needed an extra 10 to 20K, or I thought that they would increase in price by that amount, if it meant bringing in a premium or someone who I thought was going to average more for the rest of the year, I was more than happy to do that. So just trying to bring in a premium as often as possible, as early as possible, I think kept me in really good stead. And again, I was lucky to have Zach Reid and a bit of cover with rookies who were scoring really well. Sam Pepper was great, but I think I traded out Levi Ashcroft and Sam Davidson a couple of weeks probably before others, because it meant I could bring in a Jordan Clark or a Nick Dacos a couple of weeks before other people, which set me up well. And the other thing was, and I think Jordan mentioned it on Monday as well, I didn't sideways trade any premiums. I sort of kept the faith with with those as much as possible, just to back them in.
Yeah. And you got towards the top pretty quickly, didn't you? You were sort of top 50, top 20 in round 6 or 7, you were saying?
Yeah, I think having a quick look, I was, since round 6 I was 8th, and then overall rank, and then I haven't been out of the top 26 since then. So I think 17 weeks in the top 26, which is, pretty crazy. I kind of thought it would be, the highest rank I got to was 2nd, and thought it would drop off, but I've kind of managed to cling on there. Don't think I'll be anywhere close to the top 5. But yeah, it's been good fun being able to check rankings and see those people around the top, and because never thought it would be something I'd be anywhere near.
Yeah, many nosebleeds up there.
Yeah, a few. A few. There was one week where I could have traded in the last game of the round purely to finish one round first.
Yep.
But I was like, I'll try and play the long game to be up the top as, come the end of the year. But yeah, it's been pretty cool to sort of stay around the top for sure.
Yeah. Very well done to hold off on that. I don't think I would have resisted. Last week when Rosie was out, I used my last trade to get rid of him.
Yep.
And then the hubris meant that I've still got Lachie Neale. He's going to sit there the rest of the year because I'm out of trades. And I got knocked out of all of the leagues that I care about on the weekend, despite, you scored nearly 3,000 one week and then you crash out really soon after. So
yeah, funny, the team name being the Neale Deal, but I brought Lachie Neale in.
You didn't start with Neale?
No. A bit of a crime again, given
Wowee, that's so. Tell me about the name and then the decision to not start Lachie Neale.
The name, sometimes choosing a team name is one of the hardest parts of SuperCoach. So I reckon I've had the same name for 10 years, and just it purely because it rhymed, and
it's a good name.
Pretty much,
it's a good name.
It's simple, that's for sure. But yeah, not a Brisbane supporter per se. Just are
you a particularly big Lachie Neale fan?
I wouldn't say more so than the average person. I think it's
just really into rhyming.
Just it rhymed, and I think that's as far as it went in terms of thinking. This is probably year 9 self talking, and I haven't changed it because thinking of a new team name is
scary.
It's pretty daunting.
Pretty scary. So you brought Neale in mid-year then?
Yep. Yeah. So I think I brought him in, and he's been frustrating, I guess. Yeah. He's like really, his good has been great, but there'd be the odd low score, and you'd see guys like Matt Rao who are 150k cheaper, and Noah Anderson just skyrocket, and he's sort of hovered, and then the injury was probably the final
kick in the teeth, just
final
on the
dagger.
ground, battered and bruised, and Lachie Neale comes over and goes, "Oh, hey mate."
No, but he clearly a great player.
He's all right. He's fine. He's fine. Maybe next year I'll be more appreciative of him, but this year it's been a little bit. He's fine.
Yeah, no, totally.
So, you've said you're out of trades. I'm out of trades. Yeah. We're going to talk to the people that do have trades that are watching or listening. Brodie Grundy is out. Zach Merrett is out. If you had trades, who would you be looking at to bring him in? Yeah,
so, do have Brodie Grundy, but I am glad that I do have Rowan Marshall coming up against the Bombers this week.
Poor old Toddy Goldstein.
Yeah, he I think he could be in for a pretty big score.
Yeah.
So,
I think there's a decent chance that Goldstein might be rested, and it's Vigo. Yeah. Considering Vigo was put out of the VFL and Goldstein is 45 years old.
Yeah. So that would be, again, would be kind of happy to see that and see the young guy come in.
Yeah.
Watched Luke Jackson dominate him. I think it was on a Thursday night a while ago, and that was a tough watch as a non-owner, but. Rowan Marshall would be probably one for the 2 weeks. I think he has GWS the following week.
Yeah, Kieran Briggs has not been particularly containing to opposition ruckman.
Yeah, totally. So that would be my trade. I think I also had a look, and I've used 8 of my trades on ruckman
8 trades on the ruckman
throughout the year. Yeah.
Give me a list of who you've had. Has it been injury or has it been
both?
Both.
Yeah. So started with Tom de Koning and Gawn and Flynn.
Yep.
Traded Flynn out and then brought him back in.
Yep.
And then I've traded out de Koning when he got injured and then brought him back in.
Goodness.
And then I traded him back out again.
Yeah, wow.
And then started with Max Gawn but traded him out when he was at his peak price.
Yep,
and
nice.
buy. And that worked out okay except for the plan was to bring him back in but I just haven't been able to manage it.
Yep.
Traded in Sherry and then traded him out when he got suspended.
Yep.
And then have brought in Rowan Marshall along the way as well. So I've had a ruck merry-go-round.
Goodness me. It fills me with abject horror as someone who is staunchly set and forget.
Yeah.
You just, I put them there, I trade if there's an injury, otherwise you don't touch them. And then hearing both you and Jordan on the lair this week being like, oh, we've used 25 trades on rucks between us.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
Yeah.
Do you normally fiddle around in the rucks or it's this year's just been a bit wild?
Yeah, this year. And I think previous years I'd been terrified to retrade someone that I'd already brought out. But I think I tried to put that aside and go, who's the best option for this week in the coming weeks? So I was more than happy to trade back in Tom de Koning because I knew he was playing the Bombers and had a good run. And then his role changed a little bit. And then I thought that was the time to jump off. So
and then his role changed a lot.
Yeah.
After that. So I think you definitely made the right call, but it's still just a lot of ruck trading, which the traditionalist in me is just like, that feels bad.
So I think if it was me and I had a trade for Grundy, I'd probably I don't have Gawn or Sherry, so probably the simple answer would be one of those. Sherry,
if you're ranking Rowan Marshall, Tristan Sherry, and Max Gawn, what order are you putting them in?
I think Sherry has Richmond this week, I think.
That sounds correct. Yes, he does.
So I think that is a bit scary as a non-owner. And so I'd probably go him 1, Marshall 2, Gawn 3, but Max Gawn is...
He's pretty good.
He's Max Gawn, so there's no real wrong answer there.
Yeah. For Merrett, it's slightly more complicated, more options, not as much cash to play with either, where Brodie Grundy, worth $3.8 million or whatever he is, can go to anyone. Zach Merrett's at 500 and a bit, 500 and not a lot. Who would you be looking at if you're a little bit cash strapped? Have you got anyone?
Yeah, so last week I brought in Errol Goulden for Lachie Neale. So I think he only scored mid-70s on the weekend, which was a little bit disappointing, but I think I'd still back him in.
Yep.
I think Geelong and I think it's...
And then it's the Eagles.
Yep. So I think I'd be confident in him at the price.
Yep.
McRae plays the Bombers this week, so
he does. Yep. And then the Giants.
Yeah. So I think those are probably around the mark. George Hewitt might be there, but Carlton's season is sort of teetering.
Yeah.
So I think they would be the few, but with the trade, probably Errol Goulden would be my number one replacement for Merrett.
Yeah.
Hopefully comes back for the last round.
Yeah.
But we'll wait and see.
If you've got a bit more cash, if you've got carte blanche and you've been saving trades for your league finals and you do or die, if you've got anyone in the league to trade in.
I think, Zach Butters is not totally out of range. I feel like
546.
So he's been a tough non-owner. I haven't had him once this year, and I think I'm one of the very few in the top 20 to not, if not the only one. So he's one that has been a tough watch as a non-owner. So I'd always love to have him in the team if possible. Yeah,
he's pretty achievable if you do have a bit spare. I also really like Ed Richards, who's 538k as well. So certainly in that range, coming off 148.
Yeah,
quite good at football.
Yeah, I've got him. He's been really good. I've had him for 3 or 4 weeks. He's been great. Yeah, and speaking of good runs. I think he has.
He has West Coast this week and then Freo in that last round, which is basically going to be a final, it looks like.
Yeah.
So there's no foot off the gas, I think, for the Bulldogs.
Yeah. No, he's another one for sure.
Yeah. For those people that have trades, that's what to do. But
must be nice.
Must be nice. Couldn't be me. Couldn't be us.
No, definitely not.
Not a lot to do for us aside from change captains round at this stage, now that we don't have trades and all of our bench players are injured or suspended or bad. Who are you looking to captain this week? What do you reckon the good folks at home or on the train or in the office or wherever should be doing this week captaincy-wise?
Yeah, I think definitely that Friday night
against Essendon.
St Kilda Essendon game.
It's going to be a tough watch, isn't it?
One to target.
We're so bad.
I think Wayne Miller, Sinclair, Rowan Marshall, three I have, and I'm glad. I think a lot of people probably do Wayne Miller, and that would be a great decision. I think I will be going with Rowan Marshall just to try and hope for that 170 spike score that probably need to cling on to onto the top 10.
Yeah, when he goes big, Rowan Marshall,
So that's probably the hope, but if you're probably wanting a safe 120 to 140, 150, I feel like Nazai is probably the one.
Yeah.
But I haven't really looked at any other games for vice captain because I just feel like that is the one to target with Merrett out.
Yeah.
That's going to be a
it's not like they can send Sam Durham to negate Naz because he's the only midfielder we've got left. So no one else can go with him. I think at this stage I've got the VC on Naz, but honestly, even Sinclair's a decent chance to go 140.
Yeah.
And looking at leagues, I think is very important as well for captaincy. Are you someone that will go through your opponent and be like, this is who they're going to VC, this is their options?
Yeah. No. The other reason is that for the main cash league, my opponent doesn't have Rowan Marshall, so to try and get that double edge up will be that.
Yeah.
He has Wayne Miller, so that's going to be a tough watch if he does vice captain him. But I think Rowan Marshall will just be the one just as a risk play because I feel like there's some pretty safe captaincy options on Sunday afternoon as well to fall back on if needed.
Yeah, are you above like nefarious plays in your SuperCoach finals, which you didn't hear it from me? This is not me endorsing anything, but like a message at 10 minutes before the bounce, a text to a rifle being like, "Oh, did you see Naz as a laid out?"
Yeah,
just to cause some panic, some cat amongst the pigeons. Again, I would never be saying this, but between you and me, is that something you might do?
And I know he plays footy as well, so I might try and use that, like sort of when a warm up might start, just a
sly little text.
Yeah, just to try and get some panic set in. But no, I don't think so. I think he's pretty onto it, unfortunately. So I think that might be the case. There was definitely never like seeing players miss games, but when Rory Laird has Rory Laird, so when he was ruled out, there was a bit of a message in the chat just to say because he doesn't have Grundy and has trades, so I felt like that was at least a little win before the matchup this week.
Yeah. In terms of other captaincy options, looking across, you've mentioned Butters before the Blues play against Port. Maybe there's a Cooper Lord tag again, but if not, you'd think he'd get off the chain. Max Gawn against Hawthorn. Lloyd Meek's been pretty good. I'd almost steer clear of a VC on Max. Yeah,
I'm going to hope probably as a non-owner, but I think he's just Max Gawn, so it's pretty safe. You might not get the absolute spike score, that 140 plus, but he's pretty dependable, isn't he? So I think that he would be pretty safe option. Yeah,
you'd look at Grundy if he was playing, but alas, he's not. Shed a tear, everyone, for that. But looking at it, it's just the bookend games are the ones we want. It's Essendon, St Kilda, and then it's the Bulldogs playing West Coast over here at Marvel under the lid.
Bontempelli is a pretty safe option. If I'm getting absolutely desperate, I might think about an Ed Richards or a
Sam Darcy. Yep.
That would be a good watch if he kicks a few early ones. But I think Bontempelli will be very safe as well as that captain option, and might be a good final game to finish the round on.
Could even be a Bailey Dale situation as well, where if he can carve up.
Yep.
I don't think there'll be too many doggies scoring badly against the Eagles.
No.
Which, hopefully that means Tom McCarthy kick-ins and plenty of half-back. But, we'll have to see. I think it is the bookends this week are those two games that we'll be looking at.
Yeah, definitely. There's a mate is a big Bulldogs fan, so he'll be, I know, cheering on, and he had Artie Jones and a few other players in his team
some deep cuts
early on. So I know he'll be keen for them to hopefully get a big win and play finals.
Yeah. Well, the race is on for that, but we're all about SuperCoach Finals in here. Keep an eye out for more information on SuperCoach Finals happening shortly. Josh, thank you so much for coming on. Much appreciated.
No problem.
Anything you wanted to say or shout out or get some sledges in, on the official SuperCoach podcast before we wrap up?
No, I think it's been really, really good. Thanks for having me. I was never, anywhere near the top K or anything like that. So it definitely is a lot of luck and trying to, you could sort of say that you think that you know what you're doing and you've got it all mapped out, but for the most part it was a lot of luck along the way, and fingers crossed I can hold on to the top 10 and hope Jordan can hold on to number one if I don't have a miracle and get up there as well. Yeah.
No, it's been a pleasure having you on. Thank you so much for coming in and having a chat. Best of luck to stay in the top 10. Best of luck for your cash leagues. Hopefully everything is coming up Millhouse in your world. Thank you everyone who's watching and listening and sticking around. Give us a like, give us a rating, subscribe, all of that good stuff. We will see you later.